have these beautiful peaches left over, and I just made the peach cranberry crisp. However, I was letting these ripen a little bit, and it looks like they over ripened overnight. So now they've got a little bit of some blemishes here and some soft spots literally overnight. So unfortunately, they don't look like they're in their peak condition. So what I am going to do though is I'm going to make some peach vinegar with this.
Hello friends, I appreciate you being here. Please watch the video to the end so you can see the whole recipe, and help me out. Would you please click like and subscribe so I can keep bringing you more recipes?
I'm going to save most of the peach flesh to use for smoothies. So we're going to cut those up and put them in the freezer, and we're going to save the skins and use some of the flesh that is bruised for our vinegar. In order to do that, I want to boil some water and scald the skin so we can remove it easily. So I have about 4 cups of water in here. I'm going to bring it to a boil, and that is going to help get rid of the chlorine in the water as well, because we're in New York City, there's chlorinated water. And then I will use this water also to make the vinegar, so we're not going to waste anything. I put my peaches in here. They've been boiling for about a minute, and I'm going to take them out and then put them on our cutting board, and we can remove the peel. Got them all out, and now don't throw this out. This water we're going to keep, and that will be our water to make the vinegar with. I'm going to cover it and let it cool overnight, and that will be our peach flavored dechlorinated water to make the vinegar. I had my peach submerged in the boiling water for about 60 seconds, and it's so easy. You can just peel it off with your finger. If you need to, you can use a knife though, but we're gonna get the skins off, and I'm gonna save the peach slices for smoothies. So I'll put those in the freezer, but we're gonna save our peach scraps, and any of the ones that are bruised, I'll save the peach flesh from that. And then we're gonna make our vinegar scraps. So let me take care of all of these. I have all these peach slices now. I'm going to put this into the freezer and save it for some smoothies. And then this is what I had left over. These are all the mushy bits and the skins. And I'm going to save the pits because I'm going to make a peach pit syrup with that. So come back and check out that video. But for now, I want to weigh this because I like to make sure everything is exact, and I want to get exact measurements of every little thing to make sure it's consistent, and we can always test it out. Making vinegar is a bit of a science project, so this should be lots of fun. I'm going to get my scale and I'll let you know how much that weighs. So here we go. Here are our peach scraps. It is 20 ounces. I weighed it about 2 full cups. Here is our leftover poaching liquid, and we have our vinegar and sugar. And this is a large Vlasic pickle jar, which I'm using to make our vinegar. So let's get this into the jar. And to that, we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of vinegar, just regular old plain white distilled vinegar. Now I think I'll take about 6 cups, 5 to 6 cups, but let's keep track. This is our peach poaching liquid. That's 2 cups. And our last 2, and that should be enough. You want to leave space at the top because when it starts to ferment, it does bubble up and it can go over the sides. So now this is going to be your friend for the next 45 days, this long wooden spoon, because you need to muddle this every single day. You need to stir it up, muddle it down, and the best way to do it is with this long wooden spoon. Now, there are things called fermentation weights, which you can put in, and that will weigh down the fruits to help. I don't have that, so we just muddle it every day, and it's actually a good opportunity for the students to each participate in getting a chance to muddle this down. Now, I need to cover it with some paper towel and a rubber band to keep it over. We want to cover it with paper towel, which will let the air to get into it so it can begin its fermentation. There we go. Now we have to muddle this every day for about 45 days, and we will get vinegar. There we go. It has been almost a week, and look, now you can see we've got the bubbles going on, the bubble action. And it's actually beginning to smell like nail polish remover. See there, all of those bubbles. There we go. That's what you're looking for. Now we know that our fermentation process has begun. And again, you want to just muddle this, stir it up every single day and keep it covered. And this is the process it takes to make vinegar. And in 45 days, we'll have a beautiful peach vinegar. Here we go. Here is our peach vinegar, and this has been aging for weeks now. So we're gonna strain it through some cheesecloth on a strainer and get out all of the skins. Look at that. Gorgeous color. Here we go, we've got everything poured in, and you can just use a wooden spoon to help press it down and get all the vinegar through. It gets quite compact, so just be a little bit patient. And while I'm waiting for this to slowly drip, I do want to check our pH. So I like to check it against, this is store-bought vinegar with a 5% acidity. And this is litmus paper. I'm just gonna put it in and put it on a white background so we can check it. And now this one we're gonna put into our homemade peach vinegar. And then we're going to compare the pH. Make sure that we have something that's definitely vinegar. We're not gonna get that 5%, but hopefully we're gonna get something pretty close. So let's check. I mean, they look pretty darn close. So possibly it could be the same pH. I have let it sit for several weeks, so this should be good. Okay, so now this has been sitting for about 5 minutes, and you can see that there is a color difference. Our 5% acidity pH litmus looks more like 4 on this paper, whereas my homemade peach looks more like 5. This is a lighter color, so we definitely have vinegar. However, this is homemade vinegar. You cannot use it for pickling, okay? This is vinegar that's good for a shrub or a vinaigrette, and then you can bottle it in a nice little mason jar and give it as a gift, and you can even age it longer. So keep that in your cupboard with dark, no light, and you can age it for months. This is our peach vinegar. I hope this inspires you to make it at home and try it. It's an experiment. It takes a while, you have to have patience, but the end result is absolutely phenomenal. It smells lovely, and of course tastes like vinegar. So thank you so much for watching. I have over 495 videos on my YouTube channel, and I'll be working on my next one, which will be the Dubai chocolate brownies using the kaitifi dough. I've been working on that for a while, so come back and check it out. An addendum to this video, I just tasted it and it is really strong vinegar. So I double checked, and the acidity is gotten really high. It's more than the commercial brand, and that happens because it was an over fermentation. As I said, I had to leave it for several weeks because I got really busy. And what ends up happening is that sometimes it can become weaker, but in this case, it became stronger. So this is a really strong vinegar. So what do? You can just dilute it with some water and bring it back down to that pH that's 5 or below, and that will rescue this. So just a note, you can, due to over fermentation, create a vinegar stronger than a commercial one. So this was a really great experiment. It really smells lovely with the peach, tastes really vinegary, and that's just a little too much. So I'm going to dilute this with a little bit of water and save it so we don't waste it, since it did take weeks to make. But this is a further experimentation when you're making vinegar. Vinegar is not an exact science because you leave it sitting, and I'm actually in the middle of making another batch of apple vinegar, and this too I have got to make sure it doesn't become over fermented. So thank you so much for watching and continuing my journey into vinegar baking, which is very exciting. And I think I'm going to try kombucha soon, which is fermented tea. I got a bottle of pomegranate kombucha at the store, and it was so good. Here it is. Wonderful. I'd never tried it before, and it was absolutely delicious. So I'm going to experiment with making some kombucha soon. So come back and check that out too.
Thank you so much for joining me in the kitchen. Leave me a comment and let me know how you like the recipe. For more recipe demonstrations, please click like and subscribe to Chef Victoria Loves YouTube channel, and have fun in the kitchen. Thank you.